Of extending the mission in Afghanistan past February 2009 is hugely controversial. Liberal leader Stéphane Dion is in Afghanistan today, delivering a very blunt message about what he would do if he became Prime Minister. He joins us from Kandahar. Mr. Dion, you met with President Karzai. What did you tell him?
Jane, we met with Mr. Ignatieff. We went President Karzai. We met also a lot of ministers, including Defense Minister, Foreign Affairs, Development. We met our allies, ambassadors from other countries, and we met a lot of Canadians in NGOs and our troops, our soldiers, our officers. So we in 2 days we had a very meaningful meeting. And I want to say first how much we feel proud to be Canadian when we see all our troops, our diplomats, our social workers, and our journalists giving so much, put it at risk their own life in order to show the Canadian dedicacy for the people of Afghanistan. What we discussed with President Karzai, we discussed the involvement of Canada past February 2009, because I made very clear that the view of the Liberal Party of Canada is that the timeline must be respected, and after 3 years in the combat mission, when you seek proactively the attack with the enemy, we will stop to do that. We'll be willing, though, to be well involved for development, for training, and for security. We'll still have a military role. And we learn a lot about the needs of the country and how much Canada may be helpful after February 2009.
What was his reaction, Mr. Dion, to that? Because he has said that he wants Canadian troops to remain. He appreciates what Canada is doing and its efforts. So how did he react to your blunt message?
Well, almost everyone wants us to stay for an undetermined period. Obviously, if you say I will stay, we'll be very pleased. I will combat, I will continue to invest. Most of my international efforts in your country will be pleased, and as many presidents of many countries will be pleased to hear that, by the way. But he understands that the goal of the Canadian presence in Afghanistan is for the people of Afghanistan to defend themselves and to learn to do it by their own. And so other countries too must understand that Canada believes in the principle of rotation. After 3 years of a combat mission, it's normal that Canada said, we want to do something else. We want to be involved, we want to help. But a combat mission that was supposed to be 1 year has been extended to 3 years. It's normal to say that Canada will change its involvement after February 2009.
So he understands that and he accepts it.
It must be said. I'm the first one to say that to them.
Well, exactly.
It must be said that the current government is not saying though.
Right. So the
current government is not saying that, and is not then creating a lot of clarity. I have been very clear about what a Liberal government would do.
So he understands that and he accepts it?
Well, he would be pleased if I was saying that we will extend the combat mission with no timeline, as I told you just before. But at the same time, President Karzai asked me to carry to the Canadian people how much he is thankful for what we are doing, and whatever we'll do after February 2009 will be welcome. If it's development, for instance, we met a lot of NGOs here in Kandahar, and they told us how much it would be good for us to be more involved in police training. The police is a big problem here. Corruption is a problem everywhere. The women, to have a strong program for women, for education, water management, which is something so much important in a country like Afghanistan. So they are not short of ideas about how we may be involved. And security. Certainly, we need to continue to be involved in security.
Yeah, you talk about security, and being involved in security and training means that our troops will be in direct contact with the Taliban. So how do you sort of square that one?
A combat mission is when you're proactively looking for the interaction with the enemy. But security, to help the people involved on the ground to be protected, yes, our military may do that after February 2009. It's something that is possible. Training, monitoring, helping to know how to fight against guerrilla. It's something we may also do.
Now, Mr. Dion, you have said that you're not going to support a combat mission past February 2009. So when a vote comes up in the House of Commons, nothing has changed your mind from your first visit to Afghanistan.
What we have learned here will be tremendously helpful. The main thing we have learned is it's very difficult to imagine a program, an involvement, if you don't work bottom up. The programs that are working the best are the ones that are created by the communities themselves. We met the chief of a district, for instance, explaining to us that, please listen what we have to propose and then build it with us. But don't try to come with something that would be top-down.
Okay.
So this will be helpful for us when we will decide with them how much our involvement may be optimal for the people of Afghanistan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dion, for your time.
Thank you, Jane.